Hello and welcome to another segment of Yay or Nay. Today we're going to talk about free-to-play games, like the kind you see on smartphones and stuff. This idea was suggested by fellow YouTuber Biopheonix, very supportive of other channels, and he's got a great channel himself. He does monthly game pickups, game reviews, anime reviews, and he also does a lot of streaming. I'll put the link to his channel in the description. Now, free-to-play games, stuff like, let's see, Angry Birds, Candy Crush Saga, Pokemon Go, even though, funny thing about Pokemon Go, I was like, the trailers and everything, I was like, yeah, it's a cool idea, but I feel like it's a fad, which, sure enough, it was, because it's not exactly relevant. I mean, yeah, people still play it, but it's not like when it first came out and literally half the planet was playing it. I think I've talked about this before, but, yeah, and it's not like, how many people still talk about Pokemon Go? I mean, you never see news articles on it or anything. People on YouTube never talk about it, other than maybe diehard Pokemon channels, but anyways, free-to-play games, I know some people, like, hate them, or just the concept of them, but I don't think they're necessarily a bad thing, because even... and myself, they're not really my thing, free-to-play games, but sometimes if you just need, like, a little quick fix, so to speak. I remember, God, back when I was in high school, and, like, this was the early, mid-2000s, and I'd be in computer class, and there was this website, I don't think it's still around, I'm not sure if it's still around or not, but it was called miniclip.com, where you could play all these little wacky, fun mini-games, or indie games, whatever you want to call them, and there was, like, these little short clips of, like, videos you could watch. This was obviously before YouTube and stuff. Adult Swim, the channel site, whatever you want to call it, was, like, kind of in its toddler stage at the time, and during this time, the website was totally different. The games on there were totally different. Like, they had most of the games were basically just based off of TV shows that were on Adult Swim. Like, there was this strategy fighting game for Inuyasha. There was a Akateen Hunger Force game that was pretty much like a Boy and a Splump. That was another site I used to go on there at the time. I remember Teen Nick, which at this time was called The N. They also had their own website where you could make an avatar, and you had all these little fun little play games on there. But that was just a few examples of websites that I went there at the time. And technically, that would be, I guess, a good thing since I'm playing, like, these cheap little games, like, when I'm still in school, because, hey, video games teach hand-eye coordination. That has been proven. But majority of people who play free-to-play games are the kind of, I don't know if you call them soccer. It's the more casual audience, and I know some people are like, oh, but, I mean, whatever. I think they have a good, what's the word I'm looking for? A good impact on the gaming industry, and gets comfortable, because this is going to be a long explanation. See, free-to-play games are, when you have, let me take my cousin's husband, for example, who's, like, in his 40s, I believe. I remember back in, Jesus, I want to say 2001 Thanksgiving, he had an N64, and all of us were playing, like, Mario Kart 64, No Mercy and stuff. Fast forward today, you know what he plays? Angry Birds on Facebook. But it just shows, I mean, yeah, he's not playing, like, Halo or Breath of the Wild, but it's like, he's still playing games. Like, he still has that drive to play video games, even though it's not, like I said, it's not some big budget thing or whatever, but it's still a video game nonetheless. And that's the thing that's, I don't care if people are, like, young or old, male or female, or if you're playing some big budget AAA game on the PS4 or some cheap little free-to-play game on the smartphone. The bottom line is we're all gamers, and the more people we have playing video games, whether it's, like, again, some big budget thing or some cheap little indie free-to-play thing or something or whatever, the more people playing video games, the better it is. The more it'll become more accepted into, like, the masses and stuff. Like, this is part of the reason I never watch the news. Every single time there's a shooting at a school or a club or whatever, people are like, oh, that's because they were playing Call of Duty or whatever. We as gamers know that's complete bullshit. But, like, let's say there was a bombing at a mall or a plaza or whatever. And these two guys on the news are talking about. We'll just call them Bill and Frank. And Bill is, these two middle-aged guys. Bill is, let's say he's been playing video games, like, for his whole life, literally. And Frank is one of those, like, biased idiots that, like, jumps to conclusions, is constantly pointing the finger. So, they're talking about this bombing, and Frank is like, oh, they must have been playing Grand Theft Auto, and that's what, made them want to go bomb, think it's okay to kill people in real life or something. Bill's like, no, like, I grew up playing the Bomberman games, and my kids who were like, I never did anything like that. My kids are 12 years old, and they play Grand Theft Auto all the time. They know the difference between fiction and reality. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, don't you want that? Don't you want, like, video games to be more accepted to, like, I don't know. That's just my outlook on it, so... I guess that's about it for this segment. I do one of these every other month, so if you have an idea for a suggestion, or let me know what you think about free-to-play games in the comment section below. And next week I have another game pickups video coming out, so until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone.